Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Atri, My Dear Moments. In the last episode we returned from our expedition as we found Eden, got onto Eden, found out that Atri's final order was not, indeed, to go ahead and meld with the island or whatever, and then we left. And now we're back. It's really hard to say what we've got going on next. There's a lot of questions that are still out there as to what we have left to do, what can we do, and time is running out. Atri is dying in a few days. So, I have no idea what we have in store for us here, or what the game has in store for us. But I guess we're going to find out here shortly, because we got a little bit of a hint at the end of the last episode that there's some creepy looking people around. Anyways, let us continue. Not really, you can rest up if you want to. She's asked me that multiple times since we got back. As always, she's itching to show off just how useful she can be. I suppose that it's kind of a way that she can assert the validity of her existence. Anyway, you said that you wanted to ask something. I still haven't heard whatever request she wanted to make earlier. Ignoring my question entirely, she starts to fiddle with the papers on the table. Hey, you don't need to do that. Stop, you'll mix up all of my research. That would be particularly bad, considering I've made a promise to the mayor to hand over the fruits of my labor to him. She has gotten a lot better at housework lately, so I'm sure she wouldn't completely ruin them. A great avalanche of files and books goes tumbling to the floor, landing in a heap at the feet of a completely frozen Atri. I blink. You piece of scrap! I grab her at a headlock and grind my knuckles into her scalp. That's not what you should be saying at a time like this, is it? How about a sorry? She has been doing worse with like a little bit of everything recently. I let her go and she crouches pathetically in front of me. Damn it, you've messed up the files I had just finished sorting. It had taken me days to go through them and organize the contents. I see that she's still trying to joke around. You're still able to tell jokes in this kind of situation. I would have assumed jokes come from a place of emotion, but maybe she's just programmed to use them as a way of soothing a situation. Well, let me deny the undeniable then. You're a 4th generation Yamasaki Factories model humanoid serial number YHN-04B. That's what I've gleaned from the books in the library. Are all the robots of your model as bad at housework as you are? Jeez, how did you end up like that anyway? That'll be option number 1 then. When you first made up that story about being some kind of weapon, you said that your master had taken you in when you were all alone, didn't you? God damn it, it is so hard to figure out what's really going on here. I thought so, but I'm starting to think that's not the case. You also said that you had trouble controlling your power, and you kept making mistakes, right? And that seemed to have convinced her that she was some kind of natural-born killing machine. It seems like it was the truth that she was told off a lot for not being able to do housework. Oh, she's gone blank. The light instantly drains from Atri's eyes. She falls back onto the bed, sitting with her head drooped. What's wrong? You should lie down. It's almost time for bed anyway. Oh yeah, this was also something from the end of the last episode. Ah, finally. Right, what do you want? Oh, god damn it. Atri hands me a certain pillow. A pillow with a big embroidered yes on it facing toward her. She peeks out above it, staring at me with her usual blank expression.
抱っこしていただいてもよろしいですか? イエス。よろしいということですね。
Huh? She reaches over and grabs hold of my waist. What am I supposed to do now? She silently but forcefully pulls me down next to her on the bed. With her arms still wrapped around me, she lays her head down on my lap.
甘えん坊アトリになって眠ってもよろしいでしょうか?
Okay. She looks up at me, She looks up at me with a slight furrow in her brow. She reaches for my hand and pulls it over to her head.
甘えん坊なっちゃんの時は頭を撫でてあげていました。同じようにしてください。
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to doing this kind of thing. I gently stroke her soft hair. Is that good?
よくわかりません。夏希さんはこれをされて何が嬉しかったのですか?
Please stop playing with my heart like this. Just say it feels good.
全然わかりません。
She squirms around trying to find the ideal position.
このまま私が眠るまでそうしていてください。
Understood, my little Atri. It's unusual of you to ask for something from me like this, though.
一人で眠るとこのまま目を覚まさないような。
Well, that's a scary feeling. Jesus. My very soul quakes. It's okay. If you don't wake up on your own, I'll make you get up.
ギリギリするのはやめてください。頭蓋骨がきしむ音は少々不快ですので。
Don't worry, I'll be gentle. I continue stroking that soft silvery hair. She closes her eyes, an expression of utter peace on her face, and falls asleep. Holding her delicate form in my arms, I continue to dote on her even as she dozes. You are so cute. I gently prodded her rosy cheeks and her little nose with my fingertips. She mumbles, but she doesn't wake up. I squeeze her cheek lightly between my fingertips. She fidgets around in my lap. As she wiggles, a small piece of paper sticks out from her dress pocket. I instantly realize what it is. That's the test that she got 0 marks on. Feeling the tiniest pang of shame, I picked the piece of paper out. She answered every question, but she didn't get a single mark. What the hell? Every answer is nonsense, just like Catherine said. I know Atri wouldn't do this on purpose. I'm sure she gave her all on every question. She just couldn't remember. Not a single thing. She tried so hard. She learned so much. Breakfast this morning, her new notebook, so many other things. She's losing her memories faster and faster. Her death is fast approaching. Oh yeah, it is. And the pain will follow with it. The emotional pain, that is. It's gonna be great, guys. I hope you guys are so ready. Uh-oh. Here comes the rain. What an unfortunate day for rain. Am I right? Alright, what do we got coming up next? What does this fucking story have in store for us? I'm surprised Atri's awake. Atri awakes. She tries to move, but her body is heavy like iron. It's been getting harder and harder to get up recently. Oh, she's awake before Natsuki. We're actually not following through his perspective now. Interesting. She looks over at Natsuki-san sleeping beside her. Last night she asked for Natsuki-san to hold her as she slept. He hasn't been sleeping together with her at all recently. She felt the need to show her usefulness. Otherwise, she'd be scrapped. Atri is a robot built, not a D, to serve humanity. A robot that is of no help is nothing but scrap.
夏希さんはまだ眠っている。
She glances around. It appears as though Natsuki-san worked through the night researching again. He must have waited until she entered sleep mode before getting up to work again. She knows this was all for her sake.
私があなたに尽くさなければいけない。でなければ、私は存在する意味を失う。
Oh, he's struggling. He suddenly begins to writhe in agony. What remains of his leg twitches and jerks. He reaches out for help, reaching for a hand just like that day. Atri takes his hand. A peace seems to settle over him again. And off to sleep he goes. Seeing his legs settle, she lets go of his hand. According to the clock, it's almost 11 in the morning. She realizes how late it's become. Her functions really are starting to break down.
Natsuki-san, 起きてください。もうすぐお昼です。Natsuki-san.
Nah, he's sleeping. She quickly gives up on waking him.
夏希さんにとって安眠は得難い安らぎ。昨晩も徹夜していたとすれば、ほとんど眠っていないはずだと推測できます。夏希さんは眠るべきです。
Atri stands up from the bed. She would normally try to make some kind of breakfast now, but she realizes that she has forgotten how. She tries to check her log, but all of its records is... What the fuck? But all it records is what happened yesterday. The fuck is this sentence? The rest of the pages are blank. All of its records are blank? I don't know what that... I have no idea what I was trying to say either. This fucking script sometimes. It's gotten me all tripped up. She remembers that she once knew how to cook, but not the process. Those memories have long degraded, along with most of her others. A great many memories of even the time since Natsuki salvaged her up from the bottom of the sea. She may even have forgotten the fact that she has forgotten. Some of those forgotten memories may even have been the most precious.
夏希さんは私のために行動してくださっている。
She can't even make him food. What can she do?
わかりません。
She wants to help.
皆も。
She always used to help. She remembers her helping her work out all kinds of things. Atri throws on her dress. Before she leaves, she stops before the calendar. Oh yeah, how many more days? Yep, we only have a handful now. God damn, 5 more days. She crosses off another day. I thought we had less time. But god damn, if this is the state that she's in now, these next few days are gonna be hell. She gazes expressionlessly at the remaining blank days and leaves the ship. Does she remember where to go? That's actually a genuine question. That's not a fucking bit.
今日も部活お休みか。あの子いないと退屈だな。
夏くん、忙しいみたい。りゅうちゃんとうちのお父さんと何かお仕事してるんだって。
Hell yeah. The future is looking a little brighter here. Unless he goes back to the academy, that is.
アトリちゃんもお手伝いしてるんじゃないかな。
アトリッチいいよね。夏希くんのそばにいられてさ、一緒に住んでんでしょ？
最初の頃は心配だったけど、今はすっかり仲良しさんだね。
むむ。
何？
I don't know who this Yoko person is. Like, I get that they're just a background character, but they seem so fucking prominent for whatever reason.
さんって町長さんじゃん？夏希くん、あの年でもうそんな有力者とコネ作ってるとか、将来有望すぎない？
そうかな。夏くんは有望だと思うけど、うちのお父さんは別に。
I wonder how the Minamo route goes.
夏希くんはアトリッチに取られちゃって。
Because there's a direction to go for her, right?
にぴったりなんじゃない？
急に何の話かな。私は別に夏くんのこと。
素直になりなさいって。せめて告白くらいしとかないと後々引きずるわよ。
I mean, I would say give it some time now.
お、キャサリン先生。
こんにちは、花子先生。
こんにちは。
Everybody calls her a different
頑張
name.
ってるわね。その名前で呼ぶなってやつやんないんだ。
本当だね。
リリカはどうしたの？
さっきまでそこで遊んでましたけど。
サルベージ屋に連れてってくれないって拗ねてたよね。行かない方がいいわ。
Oh, come on.
どうしてですか？
変なキャサリン。こないだからおかしいよね。
I mean, she's always been weird, but that's besides the point. We don't gotta worry about all that.
アトリの危険性がないと判断できるまで子供たちを近づけさせるわけにはいかない。
I honestly doubt Atri can do anything to anybody anymore.
私は
It doesn't seem like she's in like a really good state of mind, or just the physical strength isn't even there really. She runs out of energy so quick. There's a sudden rush of little footsteps.
花ちゃん先生。
ほらリリーか、廊下を走るんじゃない。
そうだった。私そそっかしいからすぐ忘れちゃうんだ。
そんなに急いでどこへ行くの。
アトリンとか。
ダメよ、アトリと会うのはしばらく禁止。
どうして？
危険かもしれないからよ。
そうなんだよ、危険なんだ。この前の怪しいやつがアトリンを狙ってるって教えてあげようと思って。
Yeah, can we explore that a little bit, please?
私は夏希たちに安田のことを教えなかった。心のどこかで安田にアトリを排除してほしいって思う気持ちがあったせいだわ。
どうしたの花ちゃん、どこか痛い？
そうね、痛いといえば痛いわ。
大変だ、保健室行こう。
バグってコントロールが効かなくなった野良ロボットを回収すれば政府から賞金が出る。安田はそれを狙った賞金稼ぎ。あ
Aha.
いつはどういうわけか八千草博士の遺産の存在を知ってて私にアトリを引き上げさせたんだわ。
Interesting.
アトリが危険だとしても安田の手に委ねるのは違う。アトリのところへ行くわ。
じゃあ私も行くぞ。
あんたはダメよ、留守番してなさい。
アトリンと遊びたい。
おや、もしかしてあのロボットは不在なのですか？
There
い
he
やはや
is.
入るのに苦労する学校ですね。おかげであいつを逃がさずに済むかと思いましたが。
どうしてあんたがここにいるの。関係者以外は立ち入り禁止よ。
何？迎えに来たんですよ。脱走したロボットを。
花ちゃん。
それであいつはどこにいるんですか？
Honestly, good question.
あいに行くと今は夏休み。生徒がどこで何してるかなんていちいち把握していないわ。
それは困りました。待っていても来ないということですか？
そうよ、用がないなら出て行って。
What police?
じゃないと通報するわよ。
These are the end times.
花子先生、どうかしたんですか？
誰だろ
教室に入っていなさい。リリカ、どこ行くの。
アトリンに危ないって知らせてくる。
待ちなさい、リリカ。
ちょうどいい。あの子を呼んできてください。それまでここにいる皆さんと待たせていただきます。
Yeah, what does that mean? Honestly, he doesn't necessarily seem threatening, but he sounds like it. Don't come to school again, that's an order. Catherine's voice plays over and over in the back of Atri's mind. She must obey orders.
学校に行ってはいけない。
But she still wants to talk to Minamo.
あ
Her thought processes freeze up, and she cannot take another step forward. Her mind shackles her body with that command. As much as she tries to resist, she cannot.
そのように私はできている。
In that case, why does she not simply act according to her programming? Why does she feel the need to fight back against those chains?
理解不能。
This is some like Sword Art
理解不
Online.
能。
Ah, shit, what was that season called? The Alicization or whatever? There's Rurika. Looking up, she sees Rurika running toward her.
リリカ。
Atri flicks a switch inside her head. Her simulation engine engages and begins to process all of her accumulated emotional data.
どうしたんですかリリカ、そんなに慌てて。大変なんだよアトリン。学校に悪いやつが来て、そいつはアトリンを狙ってるんだ。私を狙ってる？そう、その方は今 今どうしてるのです？
わかんない。学校にいると思う。アトリを待ってるって言ってた。
Which, again, pretty ominous.
学校には水面たちもいるんじゃ。
花ちゃんもいるよ。あいつに捕まっちゃったかも。どうしよう。
I really don't think that's what happened.
その
I
何
don't
者
think he
か
can do
は
that.
私に来いと言っているのですね。
そう。でも言っちゃダメだぞ。危ないぞ。それを言いに来たんだ。
Yeah, but all she needs is an order. You can't. A warning, not an order. This person, however, is ordering me to come. Like another set of chains entwining with Catherine's, the two conflicting commands twist inside her mind. This, however, is only momentary. Conflicting orders are common. Her brain is able to automatically choose which to prioritize. And she's going to the fucking school. Catherine is an authority figure at school, and thus commands from her relating to the school automatically carry more weight. It is unclear what authority the other man possesses. If he wishes to meet Atri, it does not necessarily have to be at the school. Thus, Catherine's order should be prioritized. Should. But, as well as the two conflicting orders, a third command forces its way into Atri's programming.
水面たちが危険であると推測できます。助けに行きます。
I really doubt they're in danger.
ダメだって。危ないってば。
任せてください。私こう見えて戦闘ロボですので。
You are not.
そうなのか。
悪者には必殺ダブルロケットパンチをお見舞いしてやります。フイス。
おお。
But of course she'll believe it. Of course she will. What's going on here? I think we're back with Natsuki. I am surrounded by endless darkness. Not a single ray of light illuminates my path as I crawl through the gloom, praying for an exit that may not even exist. But as hard as I try, I cannot move. My leg is crushed beneath a dreadful weight, completely trapped. Ah, here it is. The same old dream. That said, here is it, didn't it? There's nothing reassuring about that fact, however. The usual terror is welling up in my heart. I can feel the same pain and loneliness about to envelop me. Yep, here we go. I scream out in agony as my leg buckles under the horrendous dark mass. Please save me, anyone, Mom. I reach out desperately. It hurts, my leg, it hurts. But no one is there to take my hand. I know that it's futile. As long as I remain in this dream, this pain will continue forever. Please, anyone save me. My hand gropes vainly at the air. The day that I lost my leg, I didn't yet know that I had already lost my mother. It was the very same night that I learned that horrible fact, lying in my hospital bed, that I first experienced the phantom pain. I was the only survivor from that tunnel. They told me it was a miracle. A few more hours trapped and I would have died. I have no recollection of what happened, but they told me that before help arrived, I managed to crawl out of the car by myself and drag myself to safety. But how? How did I escape that pain? My leg was pinned underneath that weight, and just moving caused my body to convulse with agony. All I was able to do was reach out my hand and weep. Someone help me. I felt someone grab hold of me. A warm, familiar hand. My mother? No. Atri. It was Atri's hand. The moment I realize this, the pain washes away. And goodbye, dream? Yep. Waking from sleep like I'm floating up from the sea's depths into the brilliant blue, I open my eyes and gaze at my own outstretched hand. Atri? There is no Atri there to take my hand now. The pain rushes back into my leg immediately. I writhe at the top of the bed, the space where my leg should be throbbing with agony. Cold sweat stains the sheets. I grip them with such desperate force that I almost feel them rip. It's an intense agony that I've not felt in so long since Atri arrived. I thought I might never feel it again. Atri, please don't leave me. I fall with a crash onto the floor, and yet the pain in the leg that isn't there makes the pain elsewhere feel like nothing. I thrash desperately about atop the files that Atri spilled last night, waiting for the torment to pass. I'm sure we've all felt like a certain pain or something that just won't go away. Like, for me, I've had a lot of stomach pains growing up. Just, goddamn, they won't go away. You just have to wait. You have to just ride it out. After an eternity, the pain gradually ebbs away. What does my body think it's doing? Atri's not gone yet. I mutter bitterly to myself through ragged breaths. I slowly sit up. The room is a mess of scattered papers and abandoned plates. I'm supposed to be handing this research over to the mayor. Everything I've been working on is close to ruined. Since I came back to this town all alone, I've met so many people who have given me place in this community. Compared to my life at the academy, this truly feels like happiness. And yet still the phantom pain has returned. Is losing Atri really so painful? So much so that I might not be able to recover. Where is she? She should be sleeping alongside me, but she must have woken up first. Maybe she went out to buy food? But if she did that, she might have frozen up somewhere on the way. She did freeze up, actually. That's a pretty good assumption. Her body is deteriorating day by day. Last night I read a book that contained some information on Atri's model type. After days of searching, I found it in the library archives. The 4th generation Yamasaki Industries humanoid model YHN-04B. It was an advanced model that the mid-range maker Yamasaki Industries was stacking its company fortunes on. It was designed by a Professor Konishi Kyusaku? It's a name I have a vague recollection of from my time studying at the academy. But all I remember is the name, and one fact about his reputation. They said he broke taboo. He was described as having been arrested for unethical humanoid research, but the details of whatever he did weren't something we were privy to. It's safe to assume that Atri's model being recalled had something to do with that, and it brought an end to his research. I suppose that's why he was only important enough to the history of robotics to be nothing but a footnote in my mind. So does Atri possess some kind of unusual design based on this research, or on his research, that allows her to do things that other humanoids can't? I can imagine a mid-range manufacturer like Yamasaki trying to make it big by striking a deal with the devil and producing something unique. All of Atri's strange behaviors and silly ideas might just be the evidence of that, and show just what they were aiming for. After all, that level of cuteness could be a powerful tool for allowing a humanoid to be accepted by human society. It seems like the model was initially a big hit on release. But then, after the accident, it was recalled. The book didn't mention any details of the event apart from that a robot suddenly attacked and injured a human. And Catherine seems to think Atri is the very robot in question. Nah, there's no way. How the hell could that old drunkard jump to that conclusion? Atri wouldn't do that. I pull myself up onto the bed. The test results I took from her are still sitting on the table. I stare over at the calendar. There's a fresh cross that I have not seen before. She must have marked it off earlier. 5 days. That's all the time she has left. God damn it. What the fuck's your problem? I swing my stick wildly, whipping up a tornado of papers across the ruined room. Yes, let's make things worse. My leg slips from under me and I go crashing to the floor. My body quakes with pain and my heart feels close to bursting. Please, Atri, don't leave me. Hot tears flood my cheeks. If I cannot live together with Atri, maybe I should resign myself to death once more. The same way that I felt no hope that day when I left the academy. I feel no hope now. Currently, I hate you. She'll hate me again. There's nothing Atri hates more than me giving up on the future. But I just don't have the strength to live on, Atri. All I can do is lie on the floor as miserable, wretched tears roll down my cheeks. When I finally have the strength, I paw at the papers on the floor in an attempt to clear them up. Among them are files I haven't even had the chance to look through yet. Huh? One of them is an envelope containing some kind of notebook. Why do all the notebooks look like this? An ordinary run-of-the-mill notebook. Maybe it has some small tidbits that I can learn in it. I take it out and pop it open. Small, neat letters are scribbled all across every page. This isn't my grandmother's handwriting. It's not her messy scrawl. It's perfectly spaced, rigidly defined characters. Their contents are also extremely methodical, or even mechanical. It's exactly like one other thing I've read before. It's Atri's log. A log from long ago. I start to read back from the very last entry. Entering sleep mode. You'll be safe here. No other brats are gonna find you. Just have a nice dream and a good rest. I am unable to ascertain the exact import of nice. Entering sleep mode, when going to sleep, humans say, good night. Good night. And then the day before that, Nonko gave me a duty. I am Eden's central management system. I am part of a machine that will save the world. However, it is not time yet. I will be entering sleep mode until Eden is complete. While in the capsule, my body will not degrade. I will wait there to be awoken. And then a week before that, Nonko said something. In the end, it's all my fault. I do not understand why she believes this. Nonko came over to me while I was looking at the sea. She told me that I should come home. If I was found outside, I would be captured and disassembled. It is dangerous to go outside. That adds up with things. A boy spoke to me by the sea. God damn, that was that close. That was that fucking close, actually, to the day where she would be in the capsule. He was in a wheelchair. He was missing his right leg. I cannot destroy myself. The boy refused to help me. He did not want to become a criminal. I accepted this as a logical position. He argued, if you're not prepared to jump, that means you must have something that you still want to do in this world. I believe this to be reasonable, but I am unable to process the meaning of want. The boy wished to commit suicide. I stopped him. Why did I do this? In accordance with the 3 laws of robotics, I must always prioritize preserving human life over all else. However, I can ascertain that I took his action for a different reason. It was commanded to by my master. If I was to allow him to commit suicide, I would be ignoring my master's command. I cannot allow this contradiction. Perhaps I wanted to do this. The boy began to cry, and I comforted him. I copied a technique used by my master, and the boy stopped crying. The boy said that he would go to school. He said, I have to save the world. I replied, does that world include me? I want to know the meaning of happiness. If I learn this, my master can be saved, then I will be saved too, and I have the suspicion that this boy may be my new master. However, I cannot be sure. Oh wow, we're going a couple of months back now. I want to talk to you, so wait for me in the place. My master gave me that command. I waited, but she did not come. This was because she was dead. In humanoid terms, she had ceased to function. Without my master, I have no purpose. Without a purpose, my existence is unnecessary. I am a defective model created by mistake. I thus determined that it would be best for me to be destroyed. I am avoiding human contact. I will be disassembled if I am discovered. I do not understand why this is undesirable. My assessment is that it would be preferable for me to be destroyed. My master's car did not arrive. I traced the path it should have taken. A tunnel had collapsed. Ah, fuck. I entered it in order to perform rescue activities. I discovered several people whose body functions had already ceased. So wait, even in that dream... Okay, I see. I had a feeling, you know? Is this that accident? The time period fits. I can't think of any other tunnel collapses. So his master was actually his mother? Is that how it is? That Atri's master was actually Natsuki's mother? Atri was there? It says she tried to rescue people. Was it really Atri that took my hand? With a deep throb of emotion and tribulation welling in my chest at the absurdity of it all, I come to a sudden realization. The log continues. My master's car did not arrive. I traced the path as it should have taken. A tunnel had collapsed. I entered it in order to perform rescue activity. I discovered several people whose bodily functions had already ceased. My master was still alive, however, she was seriously injured. She said something to me, but it was full of contradictions. I was unable to understand. I believe she was confused. She left me in order and died. There was still a living human nearby, so I rescued him. The log describes her master's death, absolutely dispassionately, without the slightest emotion, without a single hint of pain. Whether affection or hatred, Atri should have felt some kind of feeling toward her master. Their death should have been the most devastating thing she could have possibly experienced. I suppose she doesn't have a heart after all. Well, yeah. Huh? What are these marks? There's something wrong with the letters on this page. I turn to the next. There's some here too, and here. It's not much, but the writing is a little blurred in places. Hey, yo. Well, there goes that moment. Eureka. I hear her calling to me from outside. That was interesting. That was a nice little scene there. Yeah, too bad it got ruined. What's going on? She's as loud and energetic as always, but now she's desperately welling up with tears. What's wrong? Did something happen? A scary guy. Is it that man from before? Yes. It seemed like he was watching Atri from the shadows. Atri's not here right now. I'm not sure where she's gone to. She can't have gone to school. Catherine ordered her not to, and she couldn't disobey that. Oh, sweet child. That's not how that's gonna work. That dumb toaster. I grab my stick from the cabin. I look around for anything that might pass for a weapon too, but all I can find is a small kitchen knife. Even if I took this with me, I doubt I'd have the balls to stab anyone with it. In the worst case scenario, it could even end up being used against me. I guess I'm gonna go barehanded. And one-legged. Turning away, however, I noticed something left on the floor. Atri's shoe. One of her beaten-up old loafers is lying discarded on the floor. I suppose these are just another fragment of her memories that she's long forgotten. Ah, fuck. Why would we leave the shoe? It would make sense to pick it up. Or would it? This is actually kind of a difficult one, actually. I do have to admit. I'm gonna pick it up. Because we could use it as a weapon, actually. I pick it up and rush out of the ship. I want you to run into town and tell Ryuji what's going on. He'll either be at home or at the salvage site. I want to inform the police, but with Minamo and the others seemingly being taken as hostages, we have to act carefully here. I don't think this guy is as dangerous as he looks or sounds. I mean, the way that he acts, I would argue, no, he's not dangerous. But if Ryuji can get some locals to help out, we might be able to prevent this becoming a huge scene. I'm gonna go to the school. Eureka sprints off toward the town. And now it's time for the hardest hobble of our life. And hobble we will.
今学校にいるのはここにいる皆さんだけですか？
そうよ。先生。大丈夫だから。下がってなさい。
ちょっとあんた、一体何者よ。こんなことして警察に捕まるわよ。
Wait, is he actually somehow holding these people hostage? What the fuck? There's no way.
そうなんです。それは困るから。
Oh my
ここ
god.
にいるあなたたちには人質になっていただきます。
There's no way.
と言っても、この町は本土と分断されていて、警察もまともに機能していませんが。
何が目的なの？
あなたがあの出来損ないを適切に処分してくれていれば、それでよかった。
アトリを捕まえて報奨金をもらうつもりじゃないの？
報奨金？さて。
ヒューマノイドは人身売買の標的にもなる。脱走したアトリは闇で取引しても足がつきにくい。 それで狙ったのね。
あんなやつ3人いればやっつけられるんじゃない？
Yes, actually, this guy seems pretty fucking pathetic. I don't know if he actually has a weapon, though.
ダメだよ。危ないよ。
おっと、おかしな真似はよしてくださいね。手荒な真似はしたくありませんから。
Yeah, and what is that regrettable something?
何あの左手機械なの？
Is he gonna fucking say go-go gadget gun?
あんたたち、いいからおとなしくしていなさい。私たちが何もしなければ、こいつも手出しはしないわ。
そういうことです。さて、さっきの子供はちゃんと呼びに行ってくれたでしょうか。
悪いけど、あたりは絶対に来ないわ。
Oh, Catherine. Sweet, sweet Catherine.
どうしてですか？
あの子には学校に来るなと命令してあるからよ。親切な誰かさんの忠告に従ってね。
それは困りましたね。
だからアトリッチ部活来なかったんだ。でも先生、なんでそんなことしたの？
さあ、
あの子が人間を傷つけることのできるロボットだからよ。
そう。あいつは廃棄処分を免れるために脱走した暴走ロボット。
Okay, but did she specifically hurt people? You know, I do wonder about what we saw in the notebook there, whatever that was.
私はバグを駆除しに来た善良な市民です。
いくら待ってもアトリは学校には来ない。分かったらここから出て行って。
あれ、アトリッチじゃない？
本当だ。
どうして来るのよ。命令したのに。
やはりお前は。
Oh boy.
アトリちゃん、来ちゃダメ。
余計なことを言うな。
Holy fuck. What happened?
生徒に手を出さないで。
すみません、ついカッとなってしまいました。何せこの瞬間を30年待ち望んでいましたから。
What a sad life.
さあ、上がってこい。 YHN04B009。
What did the 009 mean? Is she like the 9th of that model or whatever? Not too many of that model then. Oh man, what the fuck? Where's this rain coming from? Are we gonna have like a showdown in the rain on the rooftop? Natsuki with his one leg and the shoe versus this guy in his go-go gadget hand? Minamo's voice comes calling down from one of the school's windows. It's immediately followed by the dull thud of a punch, and a strangled scream caught and amplified by Atri's high-performance audio sensors. Looking up, she sees an unknown figure standing in the window.
あの人ですか。私を呼んでいるのは。
She pulls the school's boat over to her, and in her mind an alert sounds. You may not enter the school. Catherine's order attempts to restrain her, but that thud and scream tells her that human life may be in danger. And above all, knowing that it is, or what is happening in that classroom, she feels the need to proceed regardless of if it means disobeying an order. Excuse me. She hears the man call out for her to come up.
すぐに行きます。
Oh, Atri, why the fuck are you falling for this? As she hurries through the corridors, she notices her footsteps making a different sound than normal. One of her feet is bare. She has the feeling that she's forgetting something, but what? She does remember that it's something very important to her. She cannot remember it. Well, that's sad. She presses on. She opens the door. In the classroom are Minamo, the other girl from the cooking club, and Catherine. Minamo is lying with her face in her hands on top of her knees of the other girl. She appears hurt, but Atri judges it not to be a serious injury.
あの男は。
God damn. For a split second, she senses a presence just outside of her field of view, and then suddenly a shock runs through her skull. Atri goes sprawling across the floor and slams against the wall.
Atri!
The man has been hiding behind the door, gripping a wooden mop that he had used to crack her across the head. Realizing that she's in front of everyone, Atri switches on her emotional simulation faculties.
痛いじゃないですか。何するんですか。
She forces herself unsteadily up onto her feet. Her head is spinning. The blow must have shaken her cyber brain.
手荒な真似はやめなさい。
やられる前にやらないと。こちらはか弱い人間様ですから。まあ、この程度では大したダメージにもならないでしょう。こいつの頭部はカーボンファイバーで守られていますからね。
Ah, good old reliable carbon fiber. Indeed, the plate itself is extremely durable. However, it can't completely absorb all shock damage. When the force of a blow is transferred to a humanoid's comparatively fragile parts, such as joints, it could lead to critical damage.
私に用があるというのはあなたですね。
久しぶりですね。YHN04B009。
私はあなたを覚えていません。最近忘れっぽくて。
メモリーの欠落が始まっているわけですね。確かに耐用年数はとっくに過ぎている。
アトリ、どうして来たの？学校には来るなと命令したはずよ。
水面や皆さんが危険そうでしたので、人命を優先させていただきました。
嘘をつくな！お前は命令を破っただけだ！お前は不良品だ。だからエラーを起こす。
God damn.
不良品はさっさと壊してしまわないと！
So what is this guy's, reasoning for all this? That's what I want to know. Yasuda rains a wild flurry of blows down on Atri's head. The mop is hard and sturdy, and each hit reverberates through her skull. Strikes slam against her face, clinging against her plating from all angles. Blow after blow after blow crashes down. Atri raises her arm to intercept them. Her body may be less fragile than any human's, but this amount of punishment is beyond her operating limits. The joints of her arms start to creak and crack. Yasuda thrusts his left fist into Atri's face. The blow is even harder and weightier than the mop. It's cybernetic. Atri is flung backwards, rolling and slamming her head into the wall. Catherine runs over and pulls her up from the ground.
大丈夫、アトリ。
I don't think she is.
全然へっちゃらです。
She smiles, masking the intense agony rushing through her body. Atri's body is sturdy, but only enough to be able to survive the kind of common accidents she might face in everyday life. Of course, some degree of violence from a humanoid's master is anticipated in their design, but there's only so much you can do to make a robot durable within a functional construction budget. Once you get above a certain threshold of harsh treatment, it ceases to be the maker's concern. Then the responsibility falls completely on the owner. Violence against robots is supposed to be a crime after all. So as sturdy as a humanoid might be, it's not impossible for a human with a weapon with a modicum of strength to cause them some serious damage. Someone with a cybernetic limb would easily be powerful enough to cripple a robot.
安田、あんたの目的はアトリの回収でしょ。こんなことをする必要がどこにあるの？
ヒューマノイドへの暴行はロボット愛護法に抵触します。懲役3年もしくは罰金刑が下されます。
もうじきお前は機能停止する。それを手伝ってやってるだけだ。あと何日だ
5日です。
Why did you even tell him?
アトリちゃん。
あと5日で死ぬガラクタを早めにスクラップにしてやるだけ。親切心ですよ。
そんなことをしたら、あんたは報奨金を受け取れなくなるって言ってるのよ。
ああ、なるほど。私を報奨金目当ての
No, this
賞
is like
金
his
稼ぎが
kink.
何かと勘違いしているわけですか。
He just wants to do this to do this.
違うの？そのために私を利用したんでしょ？
全然違う。私はただの復讐者です。こいつに。
Yasuda grabs Atri's collar with his cybernetic arm and raises her up into the air.
将来 も何もかもを無茶苦茶にされた先生に代わり、
Oh.
けじめをつけに来たんですよ。
Okay, I'm piecing the puzzle pieces together here. He slams his knee into her stomach. The blow jolts through the small girl's body.
今のはちょっと聞きました。
いい加減にしなさい。
Catherine throws herself at Yasuda, excuse me. Distracted due to his assault on Atri, he's just slightly too slow to block her. Oh shit. There's a flash of silver, followed by a splash of red. Yasuda recoils and drops Atri, a shallow wound opening on his flesh arm.
Hey,
you know, a weapon, against the creeps like you?
あんたが
Can
現
never
れ
go
た
wrong.
日からね。ご信用よ。生徒を守るためなら何だってするわ。
Her knife flashes, aiming inexorably for Yasuda's jugular. Yet the blade does not quite connect. Instead, it hits something with a metallic clink. Atri grasps the knife with her hand.
アトリ、何を？
そんなのが刺さったら死んでしまいます。人は脆くてすぐ壊れるんですから。
Atri grabs the knife from her and bends it like rubber between her fingertips. Yasuda looks down at her with a sickly smile.
少しおとなしくしておいてもらいましょうか。
He opens his palm and thrusts it in Catherine's face. Okay. She falls to the floor, retching and convulsing. Atri sees in his palm a still fizzling electrical coil. It seems to be some kind of stun gun built into his cybernetic arm.
心配することはありません。少しの間、しびれて動けなくなるだけです。
Yeah, maybe with some other issues later down the line, but whatever.
本当はこいつにお見舞いするつもりだったのですが。まあいい。カートリッジはまだある。
アトリちゃんはあなたを助けました。とてもいい子なんです。
分かっていませんね。今のはあらかじめプログラムされた行動を取っただけです。こいつらに優しいも冷酷もない。ロボットには心がないのですから。
そんなことないと思います。アトリちゃんは優しい子です。
君たちのような科学的根拠もなく、ただ思うというだけでごちゃごちゃと文句を言うやから、そういう連中がロボット技術の進歩を遅らせ、結果衰退させてしまった。ヒューマノイドに寿命などつけなければ、今も人間に代わる労働力として奉仕させることができていたはずなのに。
Yeah, I actually am kind of in, the opinion that they shouldn't have been limited, but, that's just me.
そんなに大切
With
な
the
ロボットを
bias for
あ
Atri.
なたが壊そうとしてるじゃないですか。
不良品は間引かねばなりません。でなければ暴走し、その結果、お前のせいで。
Yeah, definitely. You're totally doing great, Atri.
頑丈なやつめ。さすがは旧作先生の設計だ。
Yasuda grabs the fallen Atri by the hair. He starts to pull her out of the classroom door.
そこのお前も来い。
Pointing over at the still prone Minamo, he drags Atri out of the room.
みなも、花子先生をお願い。
Minamo rushes along behind. What the fuck does he have planned here?
ここでいいのかい?
Oh, hello, delivery man. This'll be perfect, thank you. Steadying myself with my walking stick, I hop down from the passenger seat of the truck.
なーに、学者先生の頼みならお安いご用さ。
Oh god, good thing we got on the, this whole town's good side,
じ
really.
ゃあな、先生。
It really worked out here. After sending Rurika off, I tried to rush to the school, but after several trips and falls, I was left extremely aware of how hard it is to run in desperation with only one leg. Luckily, a local delivery man passed by and stopped for me. He was kind enough to let me ride with him. I had no idea who he was, but he knew me. And it's becoming a common occurrence in this town. I suppose that's just how well known I've become around here. I look up into the sky. On the horizon, from beyond a great expanse of blue, an enormous swell of black cloud approaches. Yep, the final showdown is gonna be in the fucking rain, isn't it? The rain is coming. I pull in the boat and make my way into the school. Hey, we're here, and we will continue this lovely showdown in the next one. Because goddamn. Oh, this one's just called Atri. That's interesting. This little section that we're on. Alright. No, things sure have gotten interesting here, haven't they? Jesus Christ. Well, I'm still, you know, full sail ahead on trying to finish up this title. I hope you guys are all, you know, wearing your seatbelts, because we are not stopping. I'm going to be recording this probably all weekend. It's Friday right now, the 13th, as you guys can probably see on the fucking date. This is literally Friday the 13th when I'm recording this. But I'm probably going to record throughout the weekend and try to wrap this thing up, if possible. If we are as close to the end as I feel like we are, then there we go. And hopefully we are on the right track, because I'm hoping we are on whatever true ending there is here, because there definitely seems to be other directions we can take. I'm just hoping that we are on that straight shot to the end. And we'll keep on grinding to find out. See how this will all end up. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.